Part 26. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huo Xiao. Chapter 261. Chapter 257 The First Meeting Ghost Face Battle. 25. Kong Henan, long time no see. Yin Dongjian, Wang Chenyang, and Guo Ziyi. The arrival of Zhang Huiyu and Wang Kaizu made all the leaders of the exchange student team feel a burst of pressure. They are both seniors, but the gap between them is like an unbridgeable gap, like a chasm. Zhang Huiyu. Wang Kaizu. Kong Henan took a deep breath, and he felt like a mirror in his mind. During the exchange student period, unless it was in the final stage, there would not be two top trainers like the two in front of him who were setting sail on the wave of the times. Because, this qualification is still far behind. The appearance of Zhang Huiyu and Wang Kaizu today may be due to Yang Yu's blessing. Ghost Tide. That must be Yang Yu, a student from Hangzhou Elf University of Electronic Science and Technology. Zhang Huiyu's eyes fell on the temporary medical service tent and ambulance set up near the elf battlefield. At this time, Yang Yu was waiting patiently outside. Yes, it's Yang Yu, Kong Henan secretly thought. Sure enough, the Ghost Tide. For the two trainers in front of him, who were called Zhang Shen and Wan Shen by the students of Jiaotong University, they're ghost-type elves, the benefits must be huge. Otherwise, I wouldn't come in person at this time. Yang Yu watched with some surprise as Vice President Kong came to him accompanied by two trainers of similar age. Zhang Huiyu. Wang Kaizu. Without waiting for Kong Henan's introduction, the two of them announced their names. Yang Yu. Yang Yu couldn't figure out what was going on for a while, but judging from Vice President Kang's eyes and attitude, he seemed to be a boss. Don't be so restrained, we just came to get to know you. How is your dream demon? The elf battle just now was very exciting, Wang Kaizu said first. Lao Wan, don't scare our exchange students, Yang Yu, just think of us as your friends. Team leader Kong. Zhang Huiyu smiled and shook his head. We are the beneficiaries of yesterday's ghost tide. This is my ghost elf, Ghost Stone. G. Zhang Huiyu flashed his fingertips, and a ghost with a big tongue immediately floated out with a smile. At the same time, it licked Zhang Huiyu's face with its tongue. Hey, there are outsiders here. After Ghost Stone's naughty interruption, the atmosphere suddenly became much more relaxed. After all, the deep relationship between the trainer and the elf has always had a very healing effect. I won't summon ghost elves, I'm afraid of scaring you. Wang Kaizu touched his nose and said with a smile on his face. Call, you have to be called, after all, we are here to thank you, Zhang Huiyu said narrowly. Senior, call it out. I also want to know what the senior's ghost elf is. Yang Yu had a little guess in his mind that it should be the somewhat unique elf from the Ghost Tide. Wang Kaizu had an intriguing smile on his face, and the next second, a bloody mouth appeared on his head, as if it had eaten half of his head. A cursed doll suddenly appears. The little dream demon, who was lying on the soft bed like a ball of cotton, immediately opened his eyes. Fear, fear, fear. Yang Yu's whole body was shocked. Oh my god. The big mouth of the cursed doll seemed to have been torn open and sewn up. This big mouth was filled with deep resentment. However, after following Wang Kaizu, it became a little less resentful and a little more naughty. Every time the cursed doll appears, it will turn into a terrifying rag doll like now, hanging on Wang Kaizu's body. Scare people. Scare the elves? Just, this moment. The cursed doll narrowed its eyes. Because it saw a little dream monster hugging its master's head and absorbing the energy of fear, and that little dream monster actually blinked its big eyes, as if the speed of eating fear energy slowed down little by little. The little dream demon also saw a ghost-type elf who actually wanted to eat his master in one bite. Eyes facing each other. It's like the friction creates surging ghost electric sparks. Then, he narrowed his eyes almost at the same time. The cursed doll stretched out its hand and clenched its big fist. The little dream demon also stretched out her hand and clenched her fist. The air is filled with the feeling of meeting your opponent in chess. Ah! The cursed doll rolled its eyes, like a ghost-faced ghost, and made a mischievous face at the little dream monster. Then a prank? Who is afraid of whom? Oh, the evil dragon roars. Wan Kaizu looked bewildered as he watched the little dream monster on Yang Yu's head perform a grimace attack on him. The little hand stretched out its mouth. Why, did it look so cute? Yang Yu looked at the cursed doll with a ferocious zipper mouth behind Wan Kaizu in confusion. Do I have any grudge against you? Do you need to scare me with such a scary face? You are not Xiao Meng. Demon, the little dream demon's grimace is still very cute. Ah! On the side, Zhang Hui's ghost stone seemed to be watching a show. He took out a can of crab-flavored broad beans from nowhere and threw it into his mouth like an acrobatic. Anyway, it didn't leak out no matter how hard he threw it. Big tongue, super useful. Come on, cursed doll. Come on, little dream monster. Zhang Hui couldn't help but laugh as he watched Wan Kaizu and Yang Yu's ghost elf face battle, feeling very happy and happy. It's that simple. There were countless MMPs in Yang Yu's heart that he wanted to talk about. The fear radiating from his body, whether it was necessary to have such deep hatred when meeting for the first time, became stronger and stronger until he felt a familiar pain coming from his head. Little dream demon plucked out another bunch of hair. At this moment, the little dream demon seems to be showing off with great satisfaction. Ying ying ying. I can pull out my master's hair, can you? Wan Kaizu didn't know why the corners of his mouth twitched at the same time. Yang Yu watched helplessly as the cursed doll behind Wan Kaizu actually grabbed Wan Kaizu's hair. That's quite a handful. A lot. If this goes down, won't the whole person become bald? Yang Yu didn't know why he started to feel happy. Wait, why should I be happy? This is my hair, my hair. I don't want to become bald so early. Stop, stop, Wan Kaizu was completely drunk. Who of you two ghost elves is scarier? Can you please stop getting in trouble with our hair? Seeing that the little dream monster on Yang Yu's head actually pulled out some of Yang Yu's hair, Wan Kaizu had an unknown premonition. Fear filled his heart. As expected. Almost, people will become bald before they reach middle age. Who will they cry to then? Can you still find a girlfriend with this face and this beautiful hair? Ying ying ying. I won. The little dream demon happily flew in front of Yang Yu, and then found Yang Yu staring at its right hand. The little hands are hidden behind the back. I didn't mean it. Take a break and continue later. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huo Chiang Shao. Chapter 262. Chapter 258 Halloween, 35. Yang Yu and Wan Kaizu felt something called sympathizing with each other at the same time. The two even held hands and looked at each other with a look of I understand you very well. That's enough for the two of you. Do you really not regard us as human beings? Zhang Hui shook his head. He didn't expect that Yang Yu, who came from a foreign school, would have such a common topic with Wan Kaizu. Hey, he likes to play pranks. A ghostly elf. Kang Henan looked at Yang Yu and Wan Kaizu in disbelief. Seeing that a trendy trainer like Wan Kaizu was very incompatible with Yang Yu's personality, he didn't expect to have something in common with ghost-type elves. Of communication. Sure enough, sometimes, elves are a good helper in starting conversations between strange trainers. Okay, cursed doll, let's get to know each other, Wan Kaizu sighed. Although he still felt the pain of having his hair pulled out on his head, it was just that the cursed doll was his elf. Aji. It's like this. This exchange period of yours happened to be just in time. In 2 days, it will be the Halloween Ghost Festival on the west coast of the Pacific. Our three major schools in Magic City hold it in rotation every year. The main venue for this year's Ghost Festival is at Fudan University next door. So I want to invite you, Yang Yu, to attend the event at the main venue. Wan Kaizu invited with a smile. In the main venue, the ghost-type elf is the admission ticket. As long as the trainer comes with the ghost-type elf, he is a VIP of the main venue. Zhang Huiyu touched the head of Ghost Stone next to him. Ghost Stone squinted his eyes and kept smiling, enjoying Zhang Huiyu's touch. Zhang Huiyu lowered his voice and continued secretly, the ghost tide that appeared yesterday has spread among some international students, and some of them have ghost elves, so this year's Halloween Ghost Festival will be more lively than in previous years. Halloween, spooky day? I look forward to seeing you in the main venue. Wan Kaizu smiled. This is also a large-scale event of Elf University. It is co-organized by the three schools. If you are interested in the masquerade, there is no lack of it. Wear some makeup too, maybe you'll have a chance to find the right girl. Lao Wan, don't teach the children badly, they are only a freshman. What's wrong with the freshman year? The freshmen are already adults, okay. Kang Hanan and Yang Yu looked at the two people in front of them speechlessly. Maybe they rarely have the opportunity to have a hearty elf battle, so bickering like this is also fun among masters. See you at the main venue of Halloween Plaza on Fudan campus the day after tomorrow. After saying the simple invitation, Zhang Huiyu and Wan Kaizu glared at each other, then summoned their own super elves and teleported away. When Yang Yu saw the two super-powered elves, his face couldn't help but be shocked. Gardewar, and Ali Reader. Vice President Kang, aren't they the top contenders from Shtou in last year's national competition? That's right, Zhang Huiyu, the owner of the Ghost Doll, ranks 17th in the country. Wan Kaizu, the owner of the Cursed Doll, ranks 26th in the country. Kang Hanan nodded, with only a deep look in his eyes. Deep envy. Larulus. Only then did Yang Yu realize that Wan Kaizu, who had a similar problem with him just now, actually had such a powerful background. That Gardewar. Suddenly, Yang Yu thought of Xiao Yu's Larulus at home. Yang Yu sighed and didn't know how Lalulus and Gaisai were doing now. This is what they gained in the elf secret realm during their sophomore year. Zhang Huiyu captured a male Larulus, which has now evolved into Ilurdu, while Wan Kaizu captured the female Larulus, now evolved into Gardewar. Kang Hanan introduced at the side. The secret realm of elves? Yang Yu murmured. At this moment, he truly realized what the secret realm of elves meant to various elven universities. To put it mildly, the elf secret realm is a protected area. It is a truly original ecological area. It is not like the Pearl Forest, where countless trainers capture elves every year. Kang Hanan explained, the elf in the secret realm, the best secret realm lakes, there are even many dragons, hack dragons, and countless other powerful elves. At this moment, the little dream monster on Yang Yu's head clenched Yang Yu's hair. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, I won't mention it anymore, I won't mention it anymore, I won't mention Gardewar, I won't mention Mini Dragon, Harker Dragon. Yang Yu felt the threat of losing all his hair. What Larulus, what Gardewar, how could there be such a thing as the little dream demon? Bad silver. Punch your chest with a small fist. Kang Hanan looked dumbfounded at the performance of Yang Yu and the little dream monster on his head. These days, have these powerful genius trainers become so miserable? The little dream monster is the cutest. The little dream monster is incomparably cute in the world. Little dream demon. Shouting loud slogans, Yang Yu walked in front of those confused classmates. Yang Yu, what's wrong? Hong Kong was a little confused. Kuei, Kodakya also held his head with 3 silly question marks on his head. Maybe the little dream demon was injured during the previous battle between the elves, and now he is cheering for the little dream demon. When Ren Fangchen couldn't say for sure. I'm so envious, the little dream monster is so cute. Zhang Yuxuan's eyes sparkled. Ni, Nita. Nana is also very cute. Nidana pouted hard, then arched her whole body, making herself look soft and cute. She adjusted her posture, and then gently poked her mistress with her little hooves. Ni. Nita. Nana, why is your face getting fatter? If you don't look carefully, it's over, it's over. Being too fat is not good. It will affect your reaction speed. Today's rice should be turned into ordinary energy cubes. Zhang Yuxuan looked down. He glanced at Nidana, who was blinking her big eyes and couldn't help but said. Nidana? Ni, Nita. Nidana burst into tears, so sad. At this moment, Nidana, who closed her eyes, moved her nose. A special fragrance is tickling her nose. This is what premium energy cubes taste like. Nana can never smell it wrong. Nana, here you go, the reward for winning the elf battle today. Keep up the good work tomorrow. Nidana instantly resurrected on the spot with full health, unswervingly showing her heroic appearance. Ni, Nita. Hangzhou. In a small rental house, there was a yellowish yellow light but not bright light at this time. A dark figure carefully walked around the far side of the bed and slowly came to the window. The ghostly aura emanating from his body seems to be a little stronger. Lalu. Suddenly, a voice that sounded like someone was talking in sleep came from behind. The black shadow trembled violently, and when he ran, he didn't forget to take the purple fire around him with him. He almost separated from the wall. Sleep. I just took the high-speed train home and continued to code. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huoqiang Xiao. Chapter 263. Chapter 259. The family must be neat and tidy. 45. The battle between exchange student elves continues. Since the opponents are randomly matched, the opponents in this round are completely warm-hearted from the community. Even if they are exchange students, they should be at the bottom of the list among exchange students. The shadow clone of the little dream demon was frightened, and he was scared out of the game. Got one. Although he is not a powerful opponent, the little dream demon is still very satisfied with his performance in scaring an elf in the elf battle. The little dream demon crouched on the battlefield for a while. Yang Yu rubbed his nose, took the little dream demon off the battlefield, and then began to coax and feed moo milk. Quack. Yang. Kami. At this time, Wenren Fangchen came back from outside the venue. Kami Turtle and Yang Jira each held a few flyers in their hands. Halloween, Hong Kong came up to take a look. His face was very surprised, and even a little happy. You may not believe it, but Hong Kong hasn't seen a girl for more than a month, ever since he got KK Yat. There's also a masquerade party, it's so good. Hong Kong took the flyer from Kami Turtle's hand and couldn't help but admire loudly. This is university life. Quay. Kodak Duck came forward and lowered his head to take a look. The dull hair on his head stood up instantly. Quack 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 quack. What a scary duck. The flyer was very dark, and there were a group of ghost-type elves, ghosts, and dream monsters. Is this a place I could go to? What's even more terrifying is that each of these people is wearing a fierce mask. So scary, so scary, so scary. Hong Kong looked at Kodak, who was holding his head and running around in panic, and rubbed his head that had a headache. Heartbroken. This is the main venue. Only trainers with ghost-type elves can go there. Yang you can, but neither of us can. Wenren Fangchen patted Hong Kong on the shoulder, except for the main venue. Basically everyone outside there are very few ghost elves, so it's okay to take Kodak to have a look. The Halloween Ghost Festival is jointly organized by 3 magic universities. It's a pity that I don't have a ghost elf. Yang Yu, if there is anything interesting in the main venue then, be sure to take a photo and share it with us. Hong Kong looked up to the sky and sighed, and then spoke to Yang Yudao sincerely. It's definitely no problem. Halloween Spooky Day is also an interesting party for elves. Not only humans can dress up as interesting ghosts, but also elves. I have to go see what props there are, to dress up Day. Yeah. Dada touched his head. He had not tried on these strange accessories yet. His golden conch cap is the best headgear. However, this pair of sunglasses. He gestured up, down, left and right with his ultrasonic bat-shaped sunglasses, lowered his head and thought for a moment, and his eyes lit up. If these glasses were bigger, wouldn't it be cooler to wear it on the Salted Fish King? Yeah. Dudu pulled Yang Yu's arm. Dada, do you want to wear this pair of supersonic bat sunglasses? Yang Yu's eyes lit up. They are now in a store near the school that specializes in temporarily selling Halloween props, purchasing. At this time, most of the students were still in school, and except for Yang Yu, a group of exchange students from Hangzhou, there were only a few students in the store. Yeah. He shook his head blankly, then walked to the cashier, motioned to the store owner and asked for a pen. Duday, Dadu. The owner of the store was still settling the bill. When he looked up, he found a Dadu, King Dudu. Yeah. Like a classical British gentleman, Dede tilted his hat in a friendly manner, then borrowed a paintbrush and started painting on his hand. It's really the Slow King. Only the Slow King has such wisdom. Oh my god, I actually saw it. I saw a Slow King. SHH. Yang Yu quickly gestured with his eyes. The boss nodded repeatedly and took a breath of air conditioning. Damn it, he must be a big shot. He has been opening a shop in Magic City for so long. He only knows that there is a Slow King in the Magic City Super Tower. I didn't expect to see one with my own eyes. Could it be that this is the Super Gym leader's biological son? It's really possible. It looks like he is a genius trainer from Jiaotong University and Fudan Normal School. With his background, he definitely is, he must be. Yang Yu didn't know that the boss in front of him had imagined a bloody family TV series on his own, because Dede showed him the painting in his hand at this time. The one on the far left is a person. Although this person was painted very small, Yang Yu knew it was him as soon as he saw it. Because next to this person, there is a tall Salted Fish King, a dude wearing a conch cap, and a very, very small fish. Finally, there is one more, little one, a little bit bigger than a small fish. That's the little dream monster. Then, Dede motioned to the supersonic bat sunglasses in his hand. Draw sunglasses for the child, for the Salted Fish King, for myself in the painting, for the little fish. It seems that the little fish is still too young to wear sunglasses, but let's draw it first. A family must be so neat and tidy. Finally, I also added it to the little dream demon. At the same time, Dada happily put on these sunglasses. Click. There was a sound as if something had broken. What should I do if the wings, temples, of my ultrasonic bat sunglasses are broken? Dada. Yang Yu. Boss, do you have any bigger sunglasses? Bring the biggest one. Yang Yu could not help but smile in her heart and patted Dede's shoulder lightly. Dada, let's wear them all. Come on, make arrangements. Arrangements must be made, no matter how big or small you want, I will arrange it. For store owners, meeting hidden big names in a small store is also a joy of life. Moreover, King Slow, this is an almost rare elf. Knock on the rare ones. I haven't seen this in so many years. Hey, Yang Yu, have you put on your sunglasses too? When Ren Fangchen smiled and raised his thumb, there's something there, cool, it's just like that. Seeing Yang Yu's sunglasses, Hong Kong was also moved in his heart. Coda duck, Kodak duck, let's find a pair of sunglasses too. When the dragonfly-style sunglasses were put on by Koda Duck suddenly frowned and realized that things didn't seem that simple. Quaye. How do you feel? The world in front of you has turned dark. Yang Yu didn't expect that a little elf like little Menya would have quite a big head. The extra large size was stupid, and then I customized a special 5 extra large sizes for Salted Fish King. After the customization is completed, I will try it for Salted Fish King. And there are little fishes. A family must be neat and tidy. Happy National Day. After the National Day holiday, don't forget your homework recommended book. I can pass through the Chinese language book. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huo Xiangxiao. Chapter 264. Chapter 260 I am really the stupid king. 55. Pika Pika. Kick 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 kick. Kick 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 kick. On the Fudan campus, the Gophers, led by the boss of the 3 Gophers, started construction on the dirt area. Pikachu used electricity to charge the operating machines. At the same time, there was another Pikachu standing on top of the wooden box to direct. Haoli and Guilai were still the main force in handling, moving props and facilities in an orderly manner according to the site design. At this time, at the gate of the campus, a pumpkin carriage, which is essential for Halloween and Ghost Festival, slowly moved over from the normal university campus next door. The school that holds the Halloween Ghost Festival every year will take over this pumpkin carriage from the previous organizer as a highlight of the festival. On campus, convenience stores for Halloween props made of wooden desks have also been opened one after another. Students can sell some exquisite Halloween decorations here, such as horns with red lights on their heads, and various types of cards. The stage here should be expanded a little bit, and then the foundation stone below should be a little more stable. A stage manager squatted on the ground and said something to a 3-gopher rat. Into the ground. Soon, groups of gophers appeared, and according to the method just mentioned by the person in charge, the area of the stage was expanded. At the same time, gravel and mud were added to make the foundation stronger. Xiao Xiao, slow down, hey, it's too early to come now, the venue hasn't been set up yet. Lu Ming, Yefang, hurry up. Didn't you agree to come here to capture Mr. Yang Yu? Why are you so slow now? Now, the warm-up hasn't even started yet. The 3 people who came from the normal university were the 3 elite freshman students that Yang Yu had met in Pearl Forest before, Xiao Xiao, Lu Ming and Yefang. Remember to keep an eye out for a while. If you find Yang Yu, don't forget to send a message to Senior Shangxian, Xiao Xiao repeatedly warned. I know, but now, it's really too early to come, right? Of course Yefang will not forget the mission of coming here today, but, who didn't expect to come so early? Look, over there, isn't the playground already open? Let's go shopping. Xiao Xiao jumped up happily on the spot. Shopping, Lu Ming and Yefang were dumbfounded. Shopping, the 2 looked at each other, as if they had an ominous premonition. The Dream Monster's ghost mage hat, the balloon decoration of the floating ball, the light decoration of the crystal lantern fire spirit, and, there is also the duck scepter and the night monster cloak. By the way, the last is the dragonfly sunglasses. Yang Yu and the little dream monster lying on Yang Yu's head stared blankly at the actions of Hong Kong's hand. At this time, the Kodak duck seemed to have completed the disguise of the dark archmage, with a dark aura, full of momentum. Only. Don't tilt your head, Hong Kong's expression changed. Quaye. Why can't you tilt your head? Kodak ducked, and tilted his head. Snapped. The Dream Monster's ghost mage hat fell directly from Kodak's bare head, and the cylindrical hat rolled up on the ground. It seems, sort of, understood. The duck blinked. Hong Kong, go find a spring rope. The kind that can be fastened from the duck's chin. As long as you don't exercise too strenuously, it won't fall off, Yang Yu couldn't help but suggest. This Kodak looks fully armed. It's really interesting. Especially those dull eyes. After putting on the dragonfly sunglasses, Kodakya frowned and looked serious, really like a dark mage casting a spell. Except, the duck god's sanction. Kwa. Kodak duck holds a staff toy in his left hand and points to the door ahead. Ha ha ha, follow Kodak duck's command, let's go. When Renfang Chen simply put on his original sunglasses, and then Kami Turtle and Yang Zhila put them on at the same time. 403 Halloween Ghost Day Plan, the Special Operations Team is officially launched. Yeah. 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 Dede wagged his tail happily. It felt very good to walk in the human campus, especially when passing by the teaching building. King Dede had extremely high wisdom. He was very concerned about the school, a place of teaching and educating people, especially I have great respect for the profession of teacher. The class atmosphere here is much better than our original place, Yang Yu said with a smile, with a little envy in his eyes. After all, this is a famous elf college in the country. Dudu nodded, but their mission today. It's time to fully experience the Halloween Ghost Festival held in college. This time was just right. After dinner, night had fallen. There was a slight cold wind, but there was a little bit of warmth in the Halloween Ghost Festival Plaza on the Fudan campus. There are burning fires here, and there are special security personnel watching around. The water elves are on standby nearby to ensure that the activity is in full swing and has the greatest sense of security. Jenny Jenny. Kami Kami. Kami Turtle wearing sunglasses seemed to see an old friend, because Squirtle next to the security personnel also wore a pair of sunglasses. However, these are sunglasses for work, which can prevent smoke from damaging the eyes when fighting fires. So many people. Quack. Kodak, who was dragging his long cloak, couldn't help but hugged Hong Kong's thigh when he saw such a lively scene in front of him. A little scared of ducks? I'm right by your side, Master Kodakya. Hong Kong gently patted Kodakya's back and consoled him. Quack. Kodak duck nodded and clenched the big staff tightly in his hand. Gwagwagwa. I am the dark mage duck, I am a very strong duck. Kodak duck waved a few times, but it seemed that it didn't attract many people's attention. Look, look, golden hat. Wow, this hat is so stylish, this slowpoke has such a dream. It's good to have dreams, Slowpoke, come on, you can definitely become the Slowpoke king. Cool, this hat is much better than the black one, and the trainer is also a talent. This is definitely one of the best elf looks tonight. Social Society. Halloween Ghost Festival not only has garden activities, but also has Halloween costume competitions of elves and trainers. These lively activities attract the attention of many college students. Yeah. Dada subconsciously touched the back of his head. I used to be a slowpoke. Yeah. Hey, I saw it, I saw it. I was stunned when I saw that one. Xiao Xiao couldn't help but jump up at the door. The wait was finally here. Lu Ming and Yefang were almost exhausted at this time. Why, girls can be so good at shopping. Look at what the two of them are carrying. So pathetic. Now, the savior has finally arrived. That idiot with the glittering golden hat on his head. That's Yang Yu's dumb king. Happy National Day. Looking for a guaranteed monthly pass in the new January. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huoqiang Xiao. Chapter 266. Brother, brother, you are finally here. Yang Yu and the others looked at Lu Ming and Yefang in confusion. It was so late at night and the light was so dark. Why did two people suddenly appear, who strangely called brother whenever they met? With so many things in hand, aren't they here to sell them? Don't buy it, don't buy it. Yang Yu waved his hand repeatedly. Before long, his eyelids suddenly jumped. These two people seemed a bit familiar. It's you. Yang Yu saw Xiao Xiao taking off the little demon fairy's glasses and recognized him. Yang Yu, I've finally waited for you. Brother, you are finally here. Xiao Xiao jumped up very happily, but Lu Ming and Ye Fang seemed relieved. You are. Wenren Fang Chen was a little surprised. Hong Kong secretly looked at Xiao Xiao, then pulled Yang Yu and whispered, when did you meet this girl, and you didn't tell us? Yang Yu rolled his eyes at Hong Kong, and then introduced, I met him in the Pearl Forest, an elite student from the Normal University next door. These are my two college roommates. Yang Yu gestured in the direction of Fang Chen and Hong Kong. The boss's roommate. At this time, Xiao Xiao, Lu Ming, and Ye Fang were in awe. The only one who can walk with a big boss is a big boss. Quack. Kodak Duck walked out with a big staff, tilted his head, and looked at the three people in front of him, as if he realized that things were not that simple. Can reach Duck. Xiao Xiao squatted down and looked at the duck dressed as a dark ghost archmage, curious. Quack quack quack. Kodakya immediately turned around and hugged Hong Kong's thigh. You, what do you want to do? Me, I have thighs. Okay yeah, I don't mean to hurt you. Hong Kong held his forehead and gently patted yeah on the back. Kodakya immediately changed the direction of hugging his thigh and hugged the dumb thigh. Yeah. Dada touched his head, lowered his head and glanced at Kodakya. Yeah. Quack. Kodakya grasped the big staff again. The momentum rose. I can reach the duck, there is someone behind me. No, there's something behind my back. Let's talk as we walk, we're just standing here blocking others, Yang Yu said with a smile. Xiao Xiao and three others immediately followed. On the road to Halloween, you can see many students with stickers on their eyes. Behind them, beside them, or in their arms, there are elves of all sizes, all wearing various costumes. Trick or treat. These little elves who turned into ghosts happily stretched out their little hands. When passing each stall, they must bar their teeth and claws for a while, so that they can get the reward of curly-eared rabbit milk candy. Yang Yu saw a lot of electrical elves along the way, including positive and negative electric elves, as well as Magnemite, Piku, and Pikachu. They used their electrical abilities to make the lights of the stalls flicker. Flickering on and off. Trick-or-treating successful. Curly-eared rabbit milk candy has been growing up with trainers from generation to generation. It has a sweet taste that both elves and trainers like to eat. Especially these little elves who are naughty and mischievous themselves. The little dream demon floated away for a while. When he came back, he held several pieces of Tang Tang in his hands. He floated to Yang Yu, smiled and patted Yang Yu's face, asking him to open his mouth wide. Ah! A piece of curly rabbit toffee was thrown in. Yeah. There was also a piece of candy in the palm of Dede's hand. Dede tilted his hat slightly, his big eyes and grinning mouth looked very happy. Thank you. I'm so envious. It's sour, it's sour. Wenren Fang Chen and Hong Kong looked at the cute little dream demon, their eyes were full of sourness, and even their tone of voice sounded like they had eaten lemons. Ah! When can I have an elf like this? Envy, jealousy, hate. Total envy, jealousy, and hatred. The little dream demon is so cute. Xiao Xiao looked at the fluttering little elf next to Yang Yu with great envy. Only a real boss can have such a little dream demon. Kami. Yang. The little dream demon came back with a lot of sweets. After Yangjiro put the curly-eared rabbit toffee into his mouth, the beards on both sides seemed to be lit with happy sweetness, and he held a spoon on the ground in his hand. Swing up. It's so delicious. It's so sweet, Yang. Quack. Even Kodak Duck can't stand the temptation of sweetness. Quack, quack, sugar and so on are the most delicious. Be sure to keep this candy wrapper. The wrappers of the curl-eared rabbit toffees from each stall have different serial number stamps. This is a tradition of Halloween and Ghost Festival here. Finally, if there is an elf collection, if you have all the serial numbered candy wrappers, you will be the star of the Halloween Spooky Festival. Some stalls require elf talent performances to get candies, Xiao Xiao reminded from the side. Yeah. He smacked his mouth blankly. How could a small curly-eared rabbit toffee satisfy his big belly, so he immediately poked Yang Yu's shoulder. Do you want to eat more curly-eared rabbit toffees? Yang Yu looked at Dede and immediately understood what he was thinking. Grrrrrrrr. Quack 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 quack. Kodakya immediately hugged Hong Kun's thigh tightly. Ducks and ducks also want to eat. Then let's swim around and find more candy wrappers. Yeah. He stood there and jumped happily. Wow, I want to eat Tang Tang. What a cute slowpoke. Here it is, here it is. There's also Kodak. What move will Archmage Kodak use today? Wow, it's actually a cute move. Tang Tang gave it to you. This dream monster is so cool. It can actually create a shadow clone. Come on, stop making trouble. I'll give you some candy. A team of Tang Tang Special Operations harvesting teams appeared in the crowd. Walking in the front is a stupid king who no one can resist his charm. Dede once again sacrificed his little golden basin. You know the taste of sugar. The golden little pot has been attracted by the sweet taste for a long time, especially when watching the little dream demon eating it. He is so greedy. Yeah. He lifted up his little golden basin blankly. Soon, the girl at the stall immediately grabbed a handful of Tang Tang and put it into a dull basin, for fear that the handful would not be full and she would like another handful. Yeah. Dada raised the small golden basin high, and then waved his hand to express his thanks. Enough has been installed. If I keep pretending. Quack. It's Kodak's turn. The magician's hat of the dream demon has now become a prop for holding candy, especially this tall magician's hat, which can be reached as long as the duck lifts it. You can reach the stall, and then the young lady and brother on the stall offer another handful of candies. Quack. The Kodak duck hugged his hat tightly and watched as he walked toward the next stall in a daze, croaking, 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 and he followed suit. Boss, take me with you. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, Ai Ren Huoqiang Xiao. Chapter 267. It's so busy outside, what happened? Fu Changlin, isn't it always lively outside? No, no, look at the crowd outside, why do they seem to be squeezing towards the main venue? It doesn't matter if you come slowly, but if you come in a group. In the center of the entire square, dark ghost-type elves are already floating here, and around them, tables after tables of elf food have been prepared. Although the main venue requires ghost-type elves as a pass, there are no special requirements after all. Just looking at the ghost-type bosses from these three major universities, those relatively ordinary students will consciously leave. Because their elves seem to be out of place with the ghost elves here. At this time, the real gathering in the main venue has not started. The trainers who arrived early chatted here and talked about some interesting things that happened recently. However, they did not expect that the teams outside were getting stronger and stronger. Zhang Huiyu, what happened outside? Wang Kai's, who was chatting with a ghost girl trainer from the normal university, and took a handful of popcorn from the table. Seeing Zhang Huiyu's figure appear in a flash, it was obvious that he had just come back from outside. Zhang Shen, the girl's trainer, greeted with a smile. Hello, Zhang Huiyu nodded towards the girl, and then had a strange look on his face. I really didn't expect that the things outside were actually related to that person. Which one? Wang Kai's, who didn't respond. Zhang Huiyu just made a mouth shape. Wang Kaizu paused as he put the popcorn in his mouth. He thought of that interesting exchange student, and then his face became strange. No, after all, the students at Fuden worked hard to build it on a Halloween spooky festival stage. The limelight was stolen by him. Who is it? The girl on the side blinked and asked curiously. Is there anyone else who can steal our limelight? Lao Zhang, Lao Wan, that trainer outside, do you know him? A young man, surrounded by several classmates, came to Zhang Huiyu and Wang Kaizu. An exchange student, Lao Fu, haven't you been asking us whose elf the dream demon dominated by the ghost tide a few days ago is? It's him, Zhang Huiyu nodded in the direction of the crowd outside. One time. Ghost tide, the girl on the side couldn't help but cover her mouth. Fu Changlin's eyes narrowed slightly and he looked a little surprised. An exchange student? Lao Zhang, don't joke with me. Do you mean the exchange student leader or exchange student team member? It seems that there is no such exchange student leader who can control the ghost tide. Dream monster, right? Wang Kaizu glanced at Fu Changlin sympathetically. Old Fu, he is not the team leader, but a team member, a freshman. What? Still just a freshman? Fu Changlin and the girls around him widened their eyes. Old Fu, what surprises you so much? Two more trainers whose strength was comparable to Zhang Huiyu's came over. One of them was a female trainer, wearing high heels and a long black fish scale skirt. She was tall and cold. Seeing Zhang Huiyu, Wang Kaizu, and Fu Changlin gathered together, they were also curious about what the three people were talking about. Sister Fei, child god. Fei Fei, you are so beautiful today. Wang Kaizu's eyes lit up. Fei Fei, Tongzheng, you came just in time. Zhang Huiyu and Wang Kaizu just said that the trainer of the dream demon of Phantom Tide that we were all looking for a few days ago is only a freshman. Fu Changlin still didn't believe it. You are a freshman at Jiaotong University? Why don't you introduce me to Jiaotong University today? Jin Yifei's cold eyes also showed a hint of surprise. Is the first initial alpha ghost-type dream monster? It seems that I have to congratulate you, Jiaotong University. This year in the national competition, there is another freshman coming to carry the tripod. Zhang Huiyu and Wang Kaizu looked at each other, and then like Fu Changlin, the three of them smiled bitterly at the same time. It was said so quickly that it didn't make them nod or shake their heads. What's wrong? Did I say something wrong? Jin Yifei blinked, then looked at the girl from the normal college's side. Is she a student from your normal college? No, 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 Sister Fei, no, no, the girl shook her head repeatedly. Fei Fei, an exchange student. Wang Kaizu, who has a relatively lively personality, couldn't help but feel embarrassed at this time. Jin Yifei's voice trembled. Xiao, exchange student, not a freshman at your Jiaotong University. At this time, the stalls outside the Halloween Ghost Festival are getting more and more lively, because they are about to see the birth of one, oh no, it should be three of the most popular elves. 1. The pot in my arms is about to be filled to the point of being stunned. 1. He didn't even need a staff when he followed behind, he just wanted a duck holding the Archmage's hat. By the way, the mage's hat is almost full of candies. There's another one. As soon as I got the candy, I tore off the candy wrapper and stuffed it into my mouth. It seemed that I couldn't fill my stomach no matter how much I filled it. Dream demon. Just one piece is enough for little dream demon. After eating, just collect the candy wrappers. Ying ying ying. The little dream demon seemed to have found some treasure. A bunch of candy wrappers flew in front of Yang Yu and showed off. It was a bit like the fairy coins in the candy world, as if he was holding a small amount of money and almost smashed it in the face. Come on, little dream monster. I really didn't expect that the Kodak duck is not scared at all now. Hong Kong sighed at the side. After passing one stall after another, the Kodak duck seemed to be filled with courage and energy, following Datu, and, there is a wingman in the sky, little dream monster, to protect you, and now, it even dares to walk out like a handsome boy. Expanded. Yeah. Data stopped while hugging the basin. The duck, holding a mage hat that was taller than him, directly bumped into Data's tail. A few pieces of Tang Tang fell off. Yeah. With a dull look in his eyes, the purple super light used his mind power to help Kodak pick up the fallen candies and put them back into the tall mage hat. Quack. Kodak is very grateful. The last stall is right next to the main ghost venue. Let's go. It seems that someone is coming to introduce you to this freshman exchange student from Hangcheng Elf University of Electronic Science and Technology, Zhang Huiyu said with a smile. It's amazing. In the next few years, the ranking of Hangcheng University of Electronic Science and Technology will definitely improve a lot, Jin Yifei nodded. She could guess that when this freshman grows up, in the next few years, he will definitely get a very high ranking in the national competition. Let's go. It's rare to meet the new students from other schools. Fu Changlin also smiled. The other students in the main venue were shocked. Who on earth can make several young trainers at the top of the pyramid from Jiaotong University, Fudan University, and Normal University, personally welcome them? Yeah. Kuei. Let's take a break today and continue with 5 more updates tomorrow. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huoqiang Xiao. Chapter 268. Chapter 263. When Dede puts on his hat, 15. Fu Changlin, Tongzheng, Jin Yifei, Zhang Huiyu, and Wang Kaizhu. Why did the 5 of them come out in person? Goddess Fei is still so cool and charming. This dress is so beautiful. It seems like one is missing. Chu Zifeng went to Kyoto. Yang Yu and others suddenly felt that the crowd behind them was silent for a moment, and then became lively again, and the atmosphere of talking was even more enthusiastic than before. Lao Wen, who are they? Hong Kong's eyes stopped on Jin Yifei's body. That black dress was so eye-catching that she couldn't move away even if she wanted to. Last year's national competition, the top 30 elite trainers from universities in the country in the individual competition, Wenren Fangchen said in a deep voice, and his palms couldn't help but break into a cold sweat. Top 30 in the country. Hong Kong's eyes were blank, staring directly at the only female trainer among them, too strong. Welcome to the main ghost venue. I am the organizer of this Halloween ghost festival, Fu Changlin. Yang Yu saw a young man next to Wang Kaizhu take a step forward. Fudan Fu Changlin, the trainer leader of Fudan this year. Wenren Fangchen couldn't help but said behind Yang Yu. Another incredible trainer. Yang Yu's heart skipped a beat, looking at Zhang Huiyu and Wang Kaizhu. He understood in his heart that here, it can be said that the top trainers from 3 universities are gathered here, and anyone who comes out is a person with absolute strength. Are you an exchange student traveling together? Fu Changlin still had many questions to ask, but his face showed a very friendly expression. Yes, these 2 are my roommates, and these 3 are my friends in the normal school. Yang Yu nodded. Then come in together and welcome to Fudan Halloween Ghost Festival. Oh my god, Xiao Xiao didn't expect that she could actually sneak into the main ghost venue. Many people here are real bosses. Both Lu Ming and Ye Fang saw the joy in each other's eyes. Their waists and legs no longer hurt. Even with so many things in their hands, they could still climb the 5-story dormitory building in one breath. This was completely unexpected for them. Let's go, Yang Yu, and these 2, what do you call them? Wang Kaizhu walked up and invited generously. Wenren Fangchen. Hong Kong. Wenren Fangchen, Kamigui. Wenren Yang from Hangzhou University. Wang Kaizhu blurted out after thinking for a moment. That's my brother, Wenren Fangchen replied immediately. Old friend. Wang Kaizhu said with a smile, then looked at Hong Kong. Hello. Hello. Hong Kong was completely confused. He had never thought about it, and even if he had thought about it, it was only in his dreams. He was actually able to come into contact with people at this incredible level. Let's talk about it first. By the way, don't forget your candies. Fu Changlin personally took a handful of candies from a stall at the entrance of the conference, and put them into the dumb basin, Kodak's tall mage hat, and, finally handed them to the little dream demon. Dream monster. Thank you, Yang Yu felt very happy because Dede, Kodaka and little dream demon all got the last kind of candy and collected all the last number of candy wrappers. Yeah. Quack. Come with us, Fu Changlin waved and returned to the main venue with Tong Zheng and Jin Yifei. Come on, since the master has invited us, let's go in too. So many ghost elves? Exactly as introduced before, in the main ghost venue, almost every trainer was surrounded by ghost elves. At the same time, Yang Yu could even see trainers with different skin colors, those international students from other countries. Actually, the main venue is an opportunity for these ghost-type elves to gather together. Over the years, these trainers from the three schools have wanted to wake up a ghost tide, but, it's not that easy, Fu Changlin sighed. And even had a tone of the baby is suffering. After all, the foreign exchange student named Yang Yu in front of me has caused a wave of ghosts in Jiaotong University as soon as he came to Jiaotong University, and it seems that both Zhang Huiyu and Wang Kai's ghost-type elves have benefited a lot, not to mention how sour. Why not come to Fudan? Especially the ghost tide at Jiaotong University came so suddenly. Many ghost-type elves here at Jiaotong University sensed it, and when they were about to fly over, they discovered. I can't squeeze in anymore. This is like someone excitedly going to buy groceries, only to find that the vegetable market has secretly closed its doors and stopped selling food. Even shouting super double groceries is useless. Those who are near the water get the moon first, and the only one to blame is the road between the two schools. Damn it! This slowpoke is quite interesting. It keeps following slowpoke. However, I still don't understand. Is this slowpoke IQ too high? Fu Changlin couldn't help but ask. He had been observing this slowpoke for a long time along the way. Even anyone with some common sense should understand that slowpoke's eyes should not all be dull. Well, it's just like slowpoke. Same as Dayat, but this one. But he has unusual wisdom. Yes, when you said that, old man, I felt it too. It's just weird, as if Wang Kai's, who had been paying attention to his cursed doll and Yang Yu's dream demon, but ignored this one. Today's Halloween spectacular star elf. It's like the one from the super tower. Zhang Huiyu just mentioned it casually, but the next second, he stopped inexplicably. Lao Zhang, why don't you leave? Tong Zheng, who was walking behind Zhang Huiyu, was startled and almost bumped into him. No, 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 no. King dude, Zhang Huiyu's eyes were so solemn for the first time. What, where's the dude king? Jin Yifei's cold face also showed an incredulous gaze, falling on the dude holding a golden basin. He seemed to feel the gazes on him, and he touched his head blankly. Hey, what happened? He was dividing the spoils with Kodak Duck. If they ate so much tang tang together, they wouldn't be able to eat it. Moreover, although tang tang is good, if you eat too much, it will stick to your teeth. So just leave one piece of each numbered candy. Stay and feed it to the salted fish king later. Yeah. I saw him holding his own basin and walking in front of Yang Yu and Fu Changlin. Want some candy? I'll send it to you in a hurry. Fu Changlin looked at the dull man in front of him and took out a handful of candies from the golden basin, which was more than the handful he had touched in the stall before, and then put it in the palm of his hand. Then there are Zhang Huiyu, Wang Kai's, Jin Yifei, Tong Zheng. Kodak Duck originally wanted to learn how to give out sweets in a day's manner, but when he pushed his paw down, he only took out a piece of candy. How many years and months will it take for this to happen? Quoi? Kodak Duck's face turned red and he couldn't tell the difference. Eat it yourself. Some ghost elves floating in the sky also got a handful of candies from Day, and happily gathered together to thank Day. When the last candies were about to bottom out, Day tore open the wrappers of the remaining candies and fed them to the golden conch cap. Conch Hat's original intention to protest immediately disappeared. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Then, Day pressed the golden basin to his head. Well, move a little bit, wear your hat straight. I am the Dumb King. First update. Pokemon's character master. Author, AI Ren Huoqiang Xiao. Chapter 269. Chapter 264 Actually, sugar can be sweeter, 25. After Halloween, the campus became calm again, and students returned to the classroom. Slowpoke, the star of Halloween, left a deep and interesting impression in the minds of many students. However, in the real Ghost main venue, it caused a huge amount of horror. It seems that this year, there may be another strong opponent in the individual competition. At the end of the party, Zhang Huiyu watched Yang Yu leave and took a deep breath. There are talented people from generation to generation. In every freshman class, there will be a few trainers who are difficult to judge with common sense. Wang Kaizu nodded. Don't forget, those few trainers in our school this year genius. Right now, he's training at Qingjing University's autumn training camp. That's the truth, but the pond of Hangcheng University of Electronic Science and Technology is a bit smaller after all. I take back my previous judgment. It seems that we will be able to see his sharpness in this year's national competition. Jin Yifei looked deeply at the door, where the figure had disappeared. I am a freshman. When, he was not as powerful as him. Don't worry, this is the last year of our senior year. The next national competition will depend on the performance of the juniors. Fu Changlin shrugged. Old Fu, how come you are like Lao Wan and become so chic? Tong Zheng said with a smile. Time flies so fast. This is already the last year. I don't know what is happening to those old rivals in Kyoto now. Autumn night is like water. Ying ying ying, ying ying ying. Another happy night. The little dream demon floated out again to play with the elves on campus. However, today the little dream demon also brought some gifts. Curly rabbit milk candy. Anyway, there are plenty of milk candies at Little Dream Demon, so come out and see if there are any interesting elves, and maybe you can give them one. The Carp King didn't know where he went on campus a few days ago. He couldn't find it no matter how hard he looked for it in the surrounding ponds. It was absolutely disgusting. If you can't find it today, I won't give it any candy. Snored. The little dream demon held Tang Tang tightly in her arms and floated towards the pond. The dream demon king comes to patrol the mountain, and the little monsters give out candies. Look from the treetops, wander around the pond. I found a little carp, it's so amazing. The little dream demon hummed an interesting tune softly, which she heard from her master. It felt interesting and fun, but she didn't know why her voice was so soft when she hummed it. But it doesn't matter. Boom. There seemed to be the sound of something jumping into the water ahead. The little dream demon's eyes lit up and he quickly floated over. He found the Carp King. The familiar Magi Carp seemed to be suffering from insomnia. When the other Magi Carp were sleeping, he unknowingly started to use water splash to jump up. Boom. There was another water splash, and ripples appeared after entering the water. Ying ying ying. The little dream demon threw a piece of candy down. However, the movement of Tang Tang entering the water was much smaller than the movement of Magi Carp entering the water. Cluck K. This Carp King clearly felt a hint of sweetness, and saw the strip-shaped thing through the dim light of the street lamp. Sugar. This carp bit it without hesitation. It has been a long time since it tasted so delicious. It's fragrant, sweet, and crunchy. Even if it is the most ordinary piece of steamed bun, it will rush to grab it regardless of its own safety. But, I didn't expect that there would be tang tang to eat at this time. It's very late now, it's already late at night, and there are no stars in the sky. Why would someone be throwing candies at the edge of the pond? King Magikarp stopped splashing and half of his head emerged from the water. His dull eyes stared at the little dream monster flying on the water. It seems a bit familiar. Have you seen it somewhere? Ying ying ying. Damn it, this stupid fish actually doesn't recognize this dream demon king. The little dream demon was very angry, but when I thought about it, I saw it in my dream last time. It seemed that I couldn't recognize it, which was a bit normal. Forget it, I won't argue with you anymore. But, why are you still not sleeping so late? Magikarp blinked, as if it was really familiar, as if he had seen it in a dream. Ka. Magikarp stared at the little dream monster floating on the water in disbelief. Isn't it dreaming? Ying ying ying. The little dream demon angrily threw another piece of candy down. What is a dream? How could there be such a stupid little elf? He is even stupider than a duck. He can't tell the difference between dreams and reality. Damn it, why is it that the little brothers that this dream demon king wants to take in, are so stupid? If they were allowed to patrol the mountains one day. Can the dream demon king rest assured? The master sang so well that day. You have to play drums, beat gongs, and pick the most beautiful flowers. But King Carp opened his mouth subconsciously, and another piece of candy entered his stomach. Cluck K. Is this really not a dream? King Magikarp never thought that in that dream scene where he vaguely remembered the incredible Gyarados carved in the sky, that dream demon would actually appear in front of him. Does that mean? Cluck K. Cluck K. Magikarp starts a new round of splashing in the pond. The splash was bigger than before. The height of jumping out of the water is higher than before. The little dream demon was stunned. This Carp King seemed a little stupid and continued to splash in the water when he disagreed. Didn't you see that this king is here? Hey, knock it in. However, when thinking of King Carp's answer to Little Dream Demon in the dream that day, even though Little Dream Demon felt unhappy, it still respected King Carp's choice. Of course the elf has to decide how he looks. But, Little Dream Demon thought he could help Magikarp. Anyway, I have nothing to do, so I can help out reluctantly. When the time comes, I will owe you the friendship of this Dream Demon King. Gotta pay it back. You must pay it back, otherwise it will turn into a knocking ghost and scare you in your dreams. The little Dream Demon flew to a high place happily. He continued to take out a piece of tang tang from his arms. Did you see this piece of candy? You must jump to this height in the water splash jump before you can eat it. The little Dream Demon raised his hands. The Carp King in the pond seemed to have only the piece of white milk candy left in his eyes, which had a sweet taste. Under the dim streetlight, that piece of candy was like the looming and erratic white star in a dream, attracting King Carp to touch it in the dark sky. Jump up. Much worse. However, King Magikarp is still full of fighting spirit. Because an unattainable dream. It's here now. Second update. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huoqiang Xiao. Chapter 270. Chapter 265 Showdown, Jiaotong University freshmen enter. 35. Most of the exchange students' days passed in an orderly manner according to the daily schedule. If the biggest change for Yang Yu was not the strength of the Little Dream Demon, but Little Dream Demon, today's moo milk is enough, you can't drink any more. Yang Yu was staring at the little guy again. Of course, the little dream demon protested against the sudden loss of moo milk. Her little mouth pursed, as if she had been greatly wronged, and then she pushed her dumb arm pitifully. His little eyes stared blankly at the 2 bottles of moo milk in front of him. I also want to drink 2 bottles, ya ya ya. Ya. You are not allowed to ask for it from Dada. What Yang Yu admires the most is the belly of the little dream demon. The ghost-type elves seem to have the belly of a bag in another dimension. No matter what they eat or how much they eat, it doesn't seem to affect their body shape. Only this moo moo milk. Don't drink too much. Now the little belly is like a little rubber ball, round and round. People who don't know it think Yang Yu has raised a ghost. The little dream demon lay on the table and started to play coquettishly. Yang Yu, just give him a drink. Hong Kong tried to act like a peacemaker, but when he saw the look in Yang Yu's eyes, he shrank decisively. Ahem, cough, that, I didn't say anything. Ying ying ying. The little dream demon thinks what Hong Kong said makes sense. I have won glory for Hangcheng Elf University of Electronic Science and Technology. Then take one last sip. Yang Yu's brain felt a little painful, and his heart softened when he saw the little dream demon's eyes looking like they were about to burst into tears. Yang Yu watched helplessly as the little dream demon took a big breath. Gilug gilug gilug. The moo milk in the bottle bottomed out instantly. Hong Kong. KK yeah, let's eat quickly and go to the venue early after eating. Hong Kong made a decision immediately. It would be better to stay away from Yang Yu at this time. The little dream demon lay down comfortably on the table, touched her round belly, and enjoyed a burp. Alu. He patted his head blankly. He didn't know what to do about this matter. How about? Drink milk, drink milk. Isn't it good to drink a bottle of moo milk in 2 portions? You have to drink it all in one go. Yang Yu couldn't understand what the little dream demon was thinking, but what could he say now? I will win the battle between elves later. The little dream demon stretched out her little hand and gestured with the word okay. Got it? There seemed to be a few more people, Hong Kong whispered as he looked at the battlefield in front of him. They should be the freshmen from Jiaotong University. There is an activity in the exchange student arrangement, a friendly match with the freshman students of Jiaotong University. Wenren Fangchen took out Kami Turtle's pokeball in his hand. Freshmen of Jiaotong University, I feel that this elf duel is not easy to win. Yang Yu sighed. Wenren Fangchen froze while holding the elf ball in his hand. Hong Kong patted Yang Yu's shoulder sincerely. Please, can you please don't say this in front of us? So far, Yang Yu has never used the other 2 elf balls in so many exchanges of elf battles. Even if they were with Dede, they would only be together during meals. Except for one night when Yang Yu came back very late, and it was obvious that he had gone to a place with water that day and was soaked all over. Naturally, he asked Dede to take him there. Arriving at the very edge of the magic city, it is of course self-evident as to what he did. The salted fish king hasn't made an appearance for a long time. Yang Yu, should Dede or Xian Yuan come out to fight today, right? Hong Kong was also looking forward to it. After all, these students are all freshmen of Jiaotong University, so of course they want to win. The little dream demon is a little unhappy. Do you not believe in the strength of my little dream demon? Okay, little guy, today's opponent may be very strong. If you really want to play, you must be careful. Yang Yu looked at the little dream demon clenching his fists angrily and looked at Hong Kong with a smile. One glance. No, 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 I don't mean that. Hong Kong waved his hands repeatedly. These days, the little dream demon has become the group favorite of 403. How could he not believe in the little dream demon? Snort. The little dream demon turned his head. You know what I mean. Since today's opponent may be a student from Jiaotong University, Hong Kong has to cheer for Kodakya. Koda duck, you must work hard today. Quack. Kodakya also clenched his fists, and his aura was as if he was about to enter a battle state. Okay, use this kind of fighting spirit. Let's win this battle between elves. Hong Kong was full of momentum. The duck could maintain its posture for less than 3 seconds, and immediately turned into a state of confusion with its head in its hands. Quay. What kind of elf battle? Hong Kong. I believe that all exchange students from other schools have also seen that today we have 10 freshmen at Modu Elf Jiaotong University, who are also future elite students who have outstanding performance in the freshman ranking competition. As a major project of this exchange student activity, the person in charge of exchange students got straight to the point. If you have the idea of a friendly match, you can choose your opponent by yourself when you see the rankings in front of you. You cannot choose the same opponent for 2 adjacent duels. The battle venue can be randomly changed once. Both sides use 2 elves. The person in charge briefly explained the rules. Next is the time for the exchange students to discuss and choose their opponents. Everyone, please note that you cannot choose the same opponent for 2 adjacent duels. Although this rule is superficially caring for the students at Jiaotong University, sometimes it is also to save face for us exchange students. Kang Hanan gathered members. They said some more important things. If you can't win a 2-on-1 battle, indeed, you may really lose your face. Wenren Fang Chen said solemnly, when choosing an opponent, you can't be too ambitious. Yes, I know that everyone is the elite of our Hangzhou Elf University of Electronic Science and Technology, but since we are here at Jiaotong University, we must have a certain awareness. Even if the opponent's ranking seems to be low, the strength cannot be underestimated. Kang Hanan continued to warn, his tightly furrowed brow revealing extreme seriousness. Don't suffer from ignorance. The elf resources of Jiaotong University are no longer comparable to our school. It can be seen from the adjacent Elf Alliance College branch. There are more abundant move learning machines and incredible elf eggs. This alone is enough to prove the status of Jiaotong University. In this friendly match, let go and play freely. Even if you lose, you must lose beautifully. This will be a very good experience for future national competitions. Kang Hanan finished all the instructions. Gentlemen, come on. Please give me a monthly pass of 8. Pokemon's Character Master. Author, AI Ren Huo Chiang Xiao. Chapter 271. Chapter 266 Nidana and Duck, 45. I choose number 7, Chen Bin. Modu TV University, CAOU, versus Jiaotong University, Chen Bin. Both CAOU's elves have lost their fighting power. Jiaotong University Chen Bin wins. Challenge number 6, Wang Yuki. Guangdong University of Technology, Qiuyan, versus Jiaotong University, Wang Yuki. Qiuyan of Guangdong University of Technology chose to change the venue. The original pool jungle grass venue was randomly changed to a land rock venue. Both the 2 elves of Qiuyan of Guangdong University of Technology have lost their fighting power. King Yu Qi of Jiaotong University wins. Challenge number 10, Chen Yejia. Sulin Agricultural University, Luque, versus Jiaotong University, Chen Yejia. Chen Yejia's first elf was defeated, so he sent out the second elf to strengthen the chicken. The strong chicken uses lightning to dodge close to him, then kicks twice in a row to defeat Luque's monkey monster. After one elf duel after another, the exchange students were greatly shocked by the strength of these first-year trainers from Jiaotong University. Even if Chen Yejia is the weakest among them, no one can win this match. Even if he defeated Chen Yejia's first elf, he would still lose to the second strong chicken. This strong chicken's lightning flash and 2 consecutive kicks made it almost difficult to dodge. Kai, a powerful fighting move that is invincible in the battle between elves. Nana, are you ready? We are going. Nida. Zhang Yuxuan has watched so many elf battles and met the elf from these Jiaotong University students, and has already analyzed the most suitable opponent for her. Number 9, Zhu Zhenju. Hangcheng TV University, Zhang Yuxuan, vs Jiaotong University, Zhu Zhenju. Come on Zhang Yuxuan. Come on. Come on. This is the second member of Yang Yu's side to come on stage. As for the first member, he has already come on stage as cannon fodder. However, I still benefited a lot. If you fight against such a master for a period of time, you will find out where you and your elves are lacking. Nana, let's go. Ni, Nito. Zhu Zhenju's first elf was Dudu. Although it did not evolve into Dudula, its extremely threatening high-speed collision could still cause considerable damage. Facing the female trainer from the foreign school in front of him, Zhu Zhenju smiled, but when he saw that the referee was still fair and impartial, he stopped feeling contemptuous in his heart. Dudu, let's go too. On this land, we should educate this Nidana. Dudu. Dudu's powerful claws stepped on the ground twice, and the dust raised behind the claws seemed to indicate a powerful collision. Dudu's two heads narrowed their eyes at the same time. Dudu. At this moment, his feet seemed to be flying. Dudu lowered his head and stared coldly at the leaping Nidana. Dudu, use lightning flash. Nana, the lightning flashes and the poisonous needle is ready. The two figures intertwined in an instant, and the poisonous needles on Nidana's body shone brightly in the sunlight. Dudu, use Peck. Nana, charge forward. Ni, Nito. Nidana took a small step back, her body arched like a spring, and then, like a rocket, she instantly launched towards Dudu's head. This is, slam. Not good, Zhu Zhenju's pupils shrank. The Jiaotong University referee on the side lit up. Dudu's head collided with Nidana's body. Poison needle, the effect is remarkable. Dudu has lost his fighting power, exchange the elf. Well done, Nidana, win another fight and get extra dinner tonight. Ni, Nito. The power of extra food is infinite. In the second game, Nidana once again showed what a real head-to-head collision is. Facing the King of Sands, which is even bigger than itself, Nidana was not weak at all. When Nidana finally stood on the field and announced the victory of this elf battle, her posture was so tall and straight. Well done. Strong. Too strong. The performance of Hangcheng TV University Zhang Yuxuan is undoubtedly a shot in the arm for the exchange students. After all, they have lost so many games before, but this time, winning a game is crucial. How's it going? Is it our turn? When Ren Fangchen glanced at Hong Kong. Come on, this must be done. Hong Kong didn't expect Zhang Yuxuan to improve so much. The girl who was scared to tears by Yang Yuxianyuking in the freshman ranking battle can now rely on Nidana to win such a beautiful duel. She has grown so much. Koda Duck, this round depends on you. After experiencing Yang Jira's superpower test, Kodak seemed to be dull, but actually had this great ability. Hong Kong felt that it was time for Kodakya to show his true strength. Kodak Duck walked onto the elf battle stage with his head in his hands and a confused look on his face. After going up, I couldn't help but look back at Hong Kong. This is, what to do. The little dream demon is very, very curious, how should this duck be able to fight the elf duel? I have never seen little dream demon before. Come on Hong Kong, come on KK Yat. Hong Kong selected player number 3 Cai Aoming. If he relied solely on Sea Spiny Dragon, he would have a chance to defeat one of them. However, Hong Kong wanted to learn from Yang Yu so that Kodakya could support him in actual combat. The role. The whole audience watched helplessly as the duck turned around and hugged Hong Kong and refused to let go. The scene suddenly fell into silence. Is this a joke? Cai Aoming was stunned. He also felt a little strange. There have been so many previous elf duels. It is obvious that his strength is at least among the middle among this group of people. Come on, the trainer of this duck, did he accidentally pick the wrong person because of his shaking hands? Cat, you have to believe in yourself. Look, you have received so many candy wrappers in the past few days. You are the most powerful duck. You can definitely do it. Hong Kong began to do some ideological work before the battle. Hong Kong wanted to cry in his heart, but now was not the time to cry. Quack. Hong Kong took a step forward. Kodakya also followed Hong Kong's example and took a step forward. That's it, go face your opponent. Hong Kong nodded quickly in the direction of the referee. Martyr, hurry up and start, while Kodakya still has 3 points to arouse the enthusiasm for combat. Hurry, must hurry. Game start. Cai Aoming directly chose to use the second elf, the ABO monster with intimidating characteristics. In his opinion, since the elf is such a timid elf, it is better to use threats to persuade him to retreat. He really doesn't know why this opponent sent the Kodak. Seriously, this is elf battle. However, what Cai Aoming didn't expect was, when the Arbo monster with intimidating characteristics releases an intimidating aura. This trembling duck seemed to have a premonition of something. Actually calmed down? Is there any mistake? You already wanted to run away before the fight started, but when the fight actually started, you stopped running? Are you kidding me? Quack. The Kodak duck is not afraid at all now, and even wants to go up and say hello to the ABO monster. Hello duck. Keep going.